Altered item number 48, the Maneki Neko statues. This item takes the form of a ceramic beckoning cat. Popular in Japan, these figures are generally placed in a shop to invite luck and wealth. Experiments into the validity of these beliefs were being conducted in the Luck and Probability Lab of the research sector. To this date, the Bureau has no confirmation if AI-48 consists of multiple cat statues or simply one that can duplicate itself. Initially, the statue was discovered inside the director's office on March 21, 1999, sitting right on Director Trench's chair. Despite the attempt to contain it, effort proved impossible. Quote, "The next day, an agent noticed 2 additional figures had appeared. Hours later, all 3 vanished." End quote. Since that time, cat statues have appeared throughout the Bureau while agents perform random tasks. It is believed that these actions sparked the manifestation of AI-48. While first-hand accounts of encounters with these cat statues were previously sparse, new information has come to light. Recent debriefs from the new director details her experiences. The first thing that came to light was that each cat statue came in a different color. Based upon research collected from external communications, it was learned that the color of the cat sometimes has different meanings. The invitation of wealth can mean more than just money. Sometimes it can be the invitation of happiness, love, success in education, etc. Some colors even act as wards, such as protection from illness or evil spirits. Interjection. I want it noted that these details have no observed relevance to AI-48 or its behaviors. However, assigning symbolism to an object or color tends to focus collective attention. Cultures all around the world form images that are special to them. It is possible this collective focus on Maneki Neko statues helped to facilitate alteration. Local folklore has a few stories that address the origin of this image, the most famous of which relates to a daimyo named Lee Naotaka. With his group, Naotaka was passing the Godokuji temple and came across a cat that appeared to be beckoning him in. Heading inside to rest, the entire party narrowly avoided a lightning storm and were kept safe thanks to the cat who drew them in. Due to the good fortune, Naotaka pronounced that his family would become patrons of the Godokuji temple. As a result, the temple would go on to grow and prosper. To honor the cat that was responsible for the good fortune, the Maneki Neko image was crafted. To this day, thousands of these figurines reside within the temple. While in the Foundation, various cats manifested themselves. According to the accounts, each version of AI-48 congregated in a section of the collapsed department. Was the appearance of these cats random, or did they appear to guide someone to good fortune like one did for Lee Naotaka? If so, for what purpose? Tangential note. This portion of the record is not related to AI-48 and will be submitted to any surviving members of the investigation staff. It relates to a series of inquiries I have come across over the course of looking into altered items. The so-called collapsed department was confirmed to be a portion of the containment sector. Accounts written by Agent Gene Gibbs shines a light onto the situation. Quote, "A considerably large section of the containment sector, including the processes and protocols offices, our research facilities, and a fair chunk of the fire break has been yanked down to a chasm that reaches far below the lobby level." End quote. She continues on to report her suspicion that this was not a building shift, but something more intentional. Quote, "I'm convinced something brought us here. The others say I'm going nuts, but it's clear that this was no house shift. Shifts slide a bathroom a sector over or rotate a hallway. They don't drop full divisions into some caves. We were brought here. I know it." End quote. Supposition. In conjunction with previous reports and suspicions that have arisen regarding potential moles within our ranks, this case of the collapsed department appears connected to a string of occurrences. Between the questionable origins of AI-13, the oddness surrounding the Guru surfboard's discovery and attempted theft of the same item, or the details regarding the Pink Flamingo's acquisition. Considering that the section that came down into the Foundation was a portion of the containment sector, could this be considered a prison break? While there is no evidence this was intentionally done, the possibility exists. A surgical extraction of portions of the containment sector has a wide list of possibilities. Theft of an altered item, vital FBC records, or a prisoner being released. All of this immediately comes to mind. One thing we can confirm is that some altered items were able to escape containment and were lost in the Foundation. This includes AI-80, which was discovered down there and will be discussed in a later report. End of tangential note. These statues ended up being gatekeepers for what could only be described as a sanctum for these cats. Understanding of AI-48's motivation seems unfathomable. Their behavior seems similar to cats in general, finding their way into places they shouldn't be, claiming a chair or a desk as their resting place. The alteration appears to reflect the fickle nature of cats in general. But one question remains unanswered. Did they have a connection to this portion of the collapsed apartment? Why did they come here of all places? Behind one firebreak was this cat sanctum. Did it exist in the containment sector before the Great Shift? Or did AI-48 begin to occupy this space after moving into the Foundation? If I had to write a story about what happened, after the first statue was contained in the Panopticon, other cats came along to break it out. From there, the original statue developed a following. I doubt we will ever get answers on these questions. After all, understanding the motivation of cats is just as pointless as the motivations of the Maneki Neko statues. Rumination. This is what he was talking about. An entire department vanished. No one went looking for them. Agent Gibbs mentioned as much in her shift account. She said, "The Bureau is either completely unaware of our situation or are incapable of helping us. Or maybe it's intentional. How many times have we seen the Bureau not give two shits about its own hardworking staff when they go missing in this place? How many times do we let it slide thinking, oh, at least it's not me? Too many, I'm ashamed to admit." It seems like a reoccurring theme. How many souls have been lost inside these walls? Like a gust of wind, here 1 minute and gone the next. No one remembering or caring. Maybe he had a point. Just... once we get out of here, I'm gone. I can't be part of something like this. Dozens of people dead and no one cares enough to even mention it. This concludes my report on AI-48, the Maneki Neko statues.